a moment, looking for fame. So I actually think this is going to survive Tilly and Sutton. I really think it's because Tilly has fame and she's had it and she's not looking for a moment. I think it'll be authentic. I think that's the benefit to someone like Jennifer Tilly. She just doesn't seem to be bothered by it. Just a little word of caution. Sutton says, she's not going to bow down to the altar of Kyle Richards. And Kyle has opened up that there was a really tense off-air chat between her and Sutton. They went to dinner. At first, they didn't know how to get into it. It was so awkward because they were at this place where they weren't getting along. And they sat down and it was tense. But after a few minutes, it started to soften up. And then they both broke down crying. That is what Kyle has taught us of what happened off air between her and Sutton. It was a big, tense, shocking dinner. And they broke down, cried, and they're way better than they were before. They're in a good place. As far as her and Dorit, she also said, we're in a good place now. I don't want to say too much. You have to watch the show. Kyle admitted when we saw Boz say, where is she going? She walked off the show. She has admitted that she has a breakdown. Kyle Richards has a breakdown during this season. Kyle Richards breakdown. It's here. It happened. She's not so impressed with herself. She's not so impressed with herself. She knows better than that. It happens. It's been how many seasons? This happens to everyone. She was really going through it, watching it back. She's not thrilled with all her emotions. I know that she's not really opening and she is questioning her sexuality. And so now she's explained it. I really do find Kyle, I know a lot of you don't like her. I really do find her the gold standard for how to do the job. I can't get over it. It's like she doesn't go really low. And I really do think she shares everything about her life. I don't feel an inauthenticity from Kyle. Now, we've had a lot of guests. We have a guest coming up who I love dearly, who was also on the show, who's not anymore, who says the exact opposite. And our own friend, Allison Dubois, who is a very good friend, says the opposite. So look, I don't know Kyle as well as some of these other people. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she is just a great actress and she does it well. But I mean, if the only thing you really held from us, and again, I don't know if it's the only thing, but if one of the main things recently is discovering your sexuality and it's now explained that you didn't want to publicly put it out there until you talk to your daughters, well, that makes complete sense to Daddy David. Complete sense. And everything else, it seems like the highs and the lows are real. It seems like they're happening on air. So I'd like to dig more under the hood of the car with Allison and have some of these other people on who know Kyle better than I do and really get to the root of that, because this is what a lot of people say. They say that she is the devil, although hundreds of people say that I'm the devil. Oh my God, the amount of people in the public eye that actually fucking hate me. And so, I mean, you look at what Erica went through, you don't lose sight of who you are and you know who you are. So, just because 100 people say it, they could be wrong. So I don't know. I mean, I got to go with my own feelings here about Kyle. That's what I've always done with you guys. I just feel I feel it's authentic. I can't help it. So there's that. She says she's in a better place with Dorit. They go through it. She knows she walked off. Dating comes up. She says she understands that Kathy said to everyone that, she's out there and she'll figure it out. She says Kathy means the best. She sticks her foot in her mouth. And a lot of people say, does Kathy mean the best? I mean, I love Kathy, but I see what you guys are saying, but I love her. And she says, no, she is not on any dating apps. And she won't be on any dating apps anytime soon. And that is what it is. And that will not change. I mean, I can't see Kyle on a dating app. The joke is, I mean, not the joke, but the interesting thing is that as she is exploring her sexuality, I mean, Morgan hates the paparazzi. She hates this life. She's 28. What is she, 29, 30 now? What is Kyle, like 56, 58, something like that? No age shaming. But the point is, uh, have we thought of the interesting? I mean, eventually Miss Richards has to date somebody. And I mean, wouldn't it just be interesting? I think it'd be interesting. These are the things I think about at night. I mean, Kyle could end up with like like a really strong, powerful relationship with a woman that isn't Morgan. I mean, I think regardless of whether she ends up with a woman or a man, it ain't going to be Morgan. I think this was a phase. I don't think it's the right lifestyle for Morgan. I get it. She doesn't like all the paparazzi. A lot of people don't like that. There's a lot of people out there that would like that. There's a lot of people out there that are business people, like Sofia Vergara's now with this doctor. And there's a lot of people that just Reese Witherspoon is dating a. Did I tell you in the Hamptons this summer I met a really rich hedge fund guy who, not the guy that Reese is with now, but right before him, Reese, and I met this guy through Luann. Well, apparently he went on all these dates with Reese Witherspoon and it didn't work out. He kind of looks like the guy she's with now, both really wealthy New York City finance guys. So there's no point to that story other than I'm like, oh, you dated Reese Witherspoon? Like, okay, forget about Luann. Tell me about the dating, Reese Witherspoon, honey. Um, but so I think Kyle could end up with like a woman who's age appropriate and just like, do we ever think of that? But eventually she is going to have to date, although eventually they're all going to have to date because they're all single. And I just can't see Erica going on a date. Kyle, Garcelle, yeah, Garcelle, I could see dating. I mean, we have seen Sutton's dating. I would like to see more about that stuff. Um, yeah, I'd love to see more about that type of stuff. So, but we just never thought that she could end up, her and Teddi obviously it's only going to bring them closer. No, I am not implying that Kyle and Teddi end up together. But look, it's not like misery loves company. You don't wish anything harm upon your friends. But look, it's obviously, I'm sure when you're going through something and one of your friends is going through the same thing, it helps. Divorce is tough. I have talked to so many people that have just had bitter, bitter divorces, and it really takes lives. I mean, I know really good friends. It takes the years away from you. Any lawsuit does. Don't sue people. I mean, you think it's good. Eh, The only time you should sue someone is if you have fuck you money. If you have fuck you money and you just don't care, I would say sue everyone because then it's like, what the fuck? Just get what you want. Otherwise, it's up and down and it takes so. I mean, look, divorce is not fun. So I'm sure that Kyle, who is separated, and Teddi, who's now going through a divorce, I'm sure it only brings them together. I'm sure. So there's that. I'm excited for tonight. We are going to be We're going to be recapping. Do we want Melissa's old nose to be a part of that? I think we do. And let's see what else happens with Beverly Hills. There's been some New Jersey stuff, which is brewing, just minor stuff, nothing major, nothing major. Um, yeah, there's nothing major. So I think what we didn't talk about, it happened a few weeks ago. But I find this funny too. Teresa is on House of Villains, first of all. Now, House of Villains, I looked at the ratings. They're not huge. They're not doing so great, just FYI. Um, so I just don't think that House of Villains is doing so well. Will it be back? I don't know. I don't really watch it. I see the clips that people send me. Does anyone out there watch House of Villains religiously? I mean, traders, oh honey, set me up, sign me up. January, Alan